Hi, I'm Craig, and welcome back to another on-the-road video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Today, we'll be taking a look at this Samsung electric freestanding range. We will show you how to remove and replace your right front triple element. To begin this repair, we must first access the back of the unit. Stop. Before beginning any repair, always be sure to disconnect the power to the appliance. It is also recommended to test the outlet for the proper voltage. The tools needed for this repair is a number 2 Phillips screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, a pair of needle nose pliers, and a voltmeter. To remove the cooktop, we'll first have to remove the back panel, go around the perimeter and remove any of the number 2 Phillips screws that are holding it on. Once you've done this, lift up and pull out and set it aside. Next, remove the top panel by going around the perimeter, also removing all the screws. Lift up and slide out and set it aside. With your panels removed, you'll have to slide in the wiring harness in the ground. Start by removing the screw that holds in the ground strap. Next, unplug your main Molex. Remove the strain relief. Gently slide in your wiring harness and your ground strap. Now we'll go to the other side of the unit. Lift off the strain relief that's holding on these 2 Molex connectors. Slide them out. Disconnect your first Molex and then the smaller one. Also gently slide them through. Make sure you don't damage them in the process. Now we can return to the front of the unit. Now that we're at the front of the unit, you'll need to open your door and remove the 3 Phillips screws that are under the front lip. With the screws removed, lift up and pull out on your cooktop. And remove. With our cooktop removed, we have placed it face down on a protected surface. The reason why you would be testing these elements is if maybe one of your elements isn't working, like the smaller burner, or on your triple burner, possibly 1 or 2 of the rings is not working. You could have an element that is staying on too long and it's causing it to overheat. All of these are common symptoms of a bad element. Now, let's show you how to begin testing them. To test out a triple element, first you want to remove the brown wire that is connecting to the bottom of the element. Once you remove this, use your meter and set it to ohms. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to test where the brown wire was plugged in to each one of the other terminals. You'll have orange, yellow, and blue. And we should be anywhere from 10 to 60 ohms on one of these, typically around 50 ohms. So between brown and orange, we have 50 ohms. Between brown and yellow, we have 50 ohms. In between brown and blue, we have 68 ohms. So that portion is testing out okay. Next, remove either the black or the yellow wire from the left side What we'll do here is we're just going to test to make sure we do not have continuity going through this portion. And we do not. So this element is actually testing out okay, but today we'll show you how to replace it. When removing your triple element, the first thing I would do is take a picture of where your wires go. Make sure you can refer back to it later on. Next, use a flathead screwdriver to gently remove each one of the wiring connections to the element. Move those. Move the bottom brown wire. Now remove the wires from the left-hand side. Next, you want to use your screwdriver to remove the plate on the bottom. Set it aside. Take note of what number these screws are going into. So on the larger element, it was 9. On the smaller element, it was 33. Move the first screw from the top bracket. Set it aside. Also on the top bracket, make sure you take note that it was in spot 35. Next, remove the 2 screws that are holding in the bracket on the top. With the screws removed, we do have some wiggle room now. What you have to do is use a pair of needle nose pliers, pinch in on the tabs and push down. Once you have slid these through, gently lift up. Now you can pull the element out and set it aside. When installing your element, be very careful so you don't touch any of those coils. The oil from your skin can cause it to burn out rather quickly. Gently slide it under while lifting up on the bracket and position it. First thing you want to do is slide in the first clip on the left-hand side. Now that is in the D marker. You will also want to make sure that when you slide this clip in on the right-hand side, that it is also going in the D marker. Next, we'll go ahead and install the bottom mounting bracket. Might have to wiggle the element around a little bit to make sure that it's going to properly line up. Push down on here and make sure that the holes will line up on the right hand side. Reinstall your 2 screws that hold it into the bracket. Reinstall your top bracket. Next, refer back to your picture and reinstall your wiring harnesses. Now we can reinstall our cooktop. When installing your cooktop, gently put it in place. Start to slide it in. Now that your cooktop is in place, pull up and slide out some. You will have to lift the cooktop up Lift it up. Carefully feed the Molex connectors back through the slotted area in the back. Slide through your ground strap. Slide through your secondary Molex. Drop your cooktop in place. And replace the 3 screws that are under the front lip. Go ahead and close your door. Now we'll return to the back of the unit. Reconnect your smaller Molex. Slide it up out of the way. Now do the same for the larger Molex. Wrap around your strain reliever. Now come to the other side. Reconnect your main Molex. Slide it up. Reattach the strain reliever. Next, we'll reconnect the ground strap. Slide this down. Now we can reinstall your top panel. When installing your top panel, put it at an angle to get the clips in. Press in on the sides and slide it down to hold it in place. Next, replace the top middle screw to hold on your plate. Go around the perimeter and replace the other screws. Now we can replace the bottom panel. When installing your bottom panel, be very careful, it's extremely sharp. There are 2 edges that slide in to the slotted area. Start by sliding these in first. It'll drop in place. Go around the perimeter and replace your screws. And this will complete your repair. Thank you for watching another quality video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.